Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that many men wish they understood earlier in life: how to recognize the difference between a high-value woman and a low-value woman. Because here's the truth: who you choose to spend your time with can either lift you up or drag you down. The woman in your life can become your greatest source of peace, inspiration, and motivation. Or she can slowly destroy your confidence, drain your energy, and sabotage your future. And the worst part: most men don't realize the damage until it's already done. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 undeniable signs of a low-value woman, the red flags you simply cannot afford to ignore. These insights come straight from female psychology and real-world patterns I've seen play out time and time again. Now, before we begin, let me make one thing clear. The goal of this video isn't to bash women, not at all. Instead, it's to give you clarity so you can protect your energy, your focus, and your purpose. Just as there are low-value men, there are also low-value women, and learning to recognize these signs is the difference between living in chaos and living in peace. So grab your notebook, because this is going to be a powerful one. And trust me, you don't want to miss any of these signs, because if you ignore them, the cost will be higher than you can imagine. Let's dive right into it. Sign number 1. She thrives on drama and chaos. You can always tell the quality of a woman by the quality of her peace. A high-value woman brings calm, a low-value woman brings storms. Now let me explain. If you notice that she's constantly surrounded by drama, whether it's with her friends, her co-workers, or even in past relationships, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. Low-value women often thrive on chaos because it gives them attention. They feed off conflict, gossip, and arguments. You'll notice that somehow they're always the victim of a story. Something is always happening to them. Someone is always out to get them. But here's the catch. In most cases, they're the common denominator. Why is this dangerous for you as a man? Because the moment you step into her life, that drama will spill into yours, and suddenly you'll find yourself distracted, drained, and frustrated, fighting battles that were never yours to begin with. Example story. Imagine you meet a woman who constantly complains about how crazy her exes were. Every single relationship she had ended because the other guy was the problem. At first you think, wow, she's been so unlucky with men. But give it time. That same crazy ex story she tells you now is the same story she'll tell about you in the future. Because here's the truth. High-value women don't thrive on chaos. They avoid it. Low-value women, on the other hand, create it. Red flag question to ask yourself: does she bring me peace? Or does she bring me problems? If the answer is problems, my friend, you're looking at a low-value woman. Sign number 2. She's addicted to validation. Another huge red flag of a low-value woman is her obsession with external validation. We live in a world today where attention is a form of currency. Social media has magnified this to the extreme. And unfortunately, many women have become completely dependent on this form of validation. A low-value woman can't feel good about herself unless someone else, usually men, are constantly telling her how beautiful, desirable, or special she is. How does this show up? She's posting revealing pictures just to get likes. She needs constant reassurance from you, otherwise she gets upset. She compares herself to other women online and becomes insecure. She surrounds herself with backup options just to boost her EG. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone enjoys compliments. That's human nature. But when a woman's entire self-worth is tied to how much attention she gets, it's a dangerous game. Because here's the truth. If she needs validation from everyone, she'll never truly value you. Example story. You're dating a woman and she seems perfect at first, but over time you notice she can't go a day without fishing for compliments. She posts a picture online and spends the next 3 hours obsessing over likes and comments. When you don't tell her she looks beautiful every 5 minutes, she accuses you of not caring. This isn't love, this is emotional dependency. And here's the harsh reality. A woman who constantly craves validation will never be satisfied with one man. She'll always need more attention, more likes, more compliments, because her self-esteem isn't coming from within. Red flag question to ask yourself. Is she secure within herself, or is she constantly begging the world to tell her she's enough? If it's the latter, that's a sign of low value. So stick with me, because the third sign is one of the biggest indicators that a woman is not someone you want to invest in long term. Sign number 3. She shows disrespect for men. One of the clearest red flags of a low-value woman is her attitude toward men. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Without it, no amount of love, attraction or chemistry can make things last. And yet many men ignore disrespect in the early stages because they're blinded by attraction. A low-value woman often reveals her lack of respect through subtle but consistent behaviors. She interrupts you or mocks you in front of others. She uses sarcasm and belittling jokes at your expense. She talks about men as if they're all beneath her. She constantly compares you to other guys, highlighting your flaws. At first it might seem harmless. You might even laugh it off thinking that's just her sense of humor. But disrespect is like poison. It doesn't kill instantly, but it slowly destroys your self-esteem and the balance in the relationship. Female psychology insight. When a woman doesn't respect men in general, she will never truly respect the man she's with. Her mindset is already conditioned to see men as disposable, replaceable, or inferior. Example story. Imagine you're out at dinner with her and the waiter accidentally messes up the order. Instead of politely addressing it, she lashes out at him, rolling her eyes, speaking rudely, and calling him useless. In that moment, she's not just showing you how she treats waiters, she's showing you how she views men in general. And sooner or later, that same lack of respect will be directed at you. Here's the truth. A high-value woman respects men, even if she doesn't agree with them. She can voice her opinions without belittling or demeaning. She values masculine energy and sees men as partners, not enemies. Red flag question to ask yourself. Does she treat men with respect, or does she see them as tools and targets? If it's the latter, don't fool yourself into thinking you'll be the exception. Disrespect is a deep-rooted mindset, and no amount of love can change that. Sign number 4. She's financially irresponsible. This next one is huge, and yet it often gets ignored until it's too late. A low-value woman is often careless with money. She spends recklessly, chases material possessions, and has no long-term vision for financial stability. Now don't get me wrong, enjoying nice things isn't the problem. The problem is when money becomes her god and her measure of success. You'll notice this red flag in a few ways. She's always talking about shopping, designer brands, and luxury items. She constantly complains about being broke, but never takes responsibility for her spending. She expects men to fund her lifestyle, regardless of whether she's contributing or not. She has debt or financial chaos, but refuses to change her habits. Here is why this matters. Money problems are one of the top reasons relationships fall apart. If she can't manage her finances now, don't expect that to magically change in the future. Instead, her financial irresponsibility will become your burden. Example story. You're dating a woman who looks like she has everything together: stylish clothes, expensive makeup, flashy lifestyle. At first you're impressed, but then you realize she's drowning in credit card debt. She doesn't save, doesn't budget, and has no plan for the future. She's living in the moment, but at your expense. That's not partnership. That's liability. And let's be real, if she only values you for what you can provide financially, then her loyalty isn't to you, it's to your wallet. And the moment someone else offers more, she's gone. Female psychology insight. A low-value woman often equates financial support with love. Instead of building with you, she's looking for someone to rescue her or maintain her lifestyle. But a high-value woman, she's responsible. She respects money, whether she has a lot or a little. She doesn't need luxury to feel worthy. She values stability, growth, and building together. Red flag question to ask yourself. Is she a partner in building a future, or is she just a passenger waiting for someone else to drive? Sign number 5. She lacks loyalty and integrity. When it comes to relationships, loyalty is everything. Without it, there's no trust, and without trust, there's no foundation. A low-value woman often shows early on that she lacks loyalty, but most men ignore the signs because they're blinded by attraction or hopeful that she'll change. Here's how disloyalty reveals itself. She entertains other men even while dating you. She flirts excessively, justifying it as innocent fun. She hides her phone, deletes messages, or is secretive about her social media. She speaks poorly of her friends behind their backs. If she betrays them, don't think she won't betray you. Now let's be real. Loyalty isn't just about physical cheating. It's also about emotional integrity. Does she defend you when you're not around, or does she throw you under the bus to gain approval from others? Does she stand with you during hard times, or does she disappear when things get tough? Example story. Imagine you're dating a woman who insists she's just friends with multiple guys who clearly want more from her. She claims it's harmless, but every time you bring it up, she gets defensive. Here's the truth. A woman who values you won't put herself in situations that risk losing you. A woman who entertains these friendships is keeping her options open. And that's not loyalty, that's insurance. Female psychology insight. A low-value woman often views relationships as temporary stepping stones rather than lifelong commitments. She's always looking for the next best thing, which means she can never fully invest in one man. But a high-value woman, she understands that loyalty isn't about perfection, it's about commitment. Even in difficult seasons, her loyalty doesn't waver. She doesn't need the world's attention because she's fully invested in the man she chooses. Red flag question to ask yourself. If everything collapsed tomorrow, would she still stand by me, or would she run to the next opportunity? Sign number 6. She avoids accountability. The final and perhaps most dangerous sign of a low-value woman is this. She refuses to take accountability for her actions. This is the root cause of so many problems, because accountability is the foundation of growth. If a woman can't admit her mistakes, she'll repeat them. If she always blames others, she'll never change. How does this look in real life? She never apologizes. She always finds a way to make it your fault. She plays the victim no matter what happens. She blames her past, her exes, or her circumstances for everything wrong in her life. She uses guilt or manipulation instead of honest communication. At first, this might not seem like a big deal. You might think, well, everyone makes excuses sometimes. True, but when it becomes a consistent pattern, it's a huge red flag. Because here's what will happen. Every argument you have will be twisted until somehow you are the problem. Every issue in the relationship will fall on your shoulders, even when she's clearly at fault. And eventually, you'll be so drained that you'll start doubting your own sanity. Example story. You call her out for texting another man late at night. Instead of admitting it was wrong, she turns it around. If you trusted me, you wouldn't even care. Notice what happened there. She avoided accountability by shifting the blame onto you. This is classic manipulation, and it's a surefire sign of a low-value mindset. Female psychology insight. Avoiding accountability is often tied to immaturity. A low-value woman hasn't developed the emotional maturity to own her flaws, learn and grow. Instead, she hides behind excuses. A high-value woman, on the other hand, owns her mistakes. She's not perfect, but she's willing to say, I was wrong, and I'll do better. That's the kind of woman who grows with you instead of against you. Red flag question to ask yourself. Does she own her mistakes, or does she always find someone else to blame? Conclusion. Protecting your energy and future. So there you have it, the 6 signs of a low-value woman that you cannot afford to ignore. She thrives on drama and chaos. She's addicted to validation. She shows disrespect for men. She's financially irresponsible. She lacks loyalty and integrity. She avoids accountability. Now, let me leave you with this. Every single one of these red flags has one thing in common. They drain your energy, your focus, and your potential. As a man, your greatest responsibility is to protect your purpose. And the woman you choose will either help you rise or slowly pull you down. That's why ignoring these red flags is so dangerous, because time is the one resource you can never get back. Here's the good news. When you recognize these signs early, you can save yourself years of frustration, heartbreak, and wasted effort. Instead, you can focus on finding a high-value woman. A woman who brings peace, respect, loyalty, and growth into your life. Remember this. A low-value woman wants to consume your energy. A high-value woman wants to build with you, and the choice is always yours. So ask yourself today, am I settling for red flags because I'm afraid to be alone? Or am I strong enough to walk away and wait for the woman who truly deserves me? Because at the end of the day, it's not about how many women chase you. It's about whether you're wise enough to choose the right one. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and never compromise your peace for someone else's chaos. If you found value in this breakdown of female psychology, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this. Until next time, protect your energy, protect your purpose, and remember, you are the prize.